I knew I had problems, but I thought I was the only one that had this problem. And I wouldn't have even said it was because of Iraq. I just had problems. And my wife was the problem, and other people were the problem, but I had problems. I had not kept in touch with anyone that I served with for about 10 years. And then one of the guys that I served with reached out to me. He said, I met this guy. He's starting this program called Mighty Oaks. And his name's Chad Robichaux, and he and his family, similar background, served in the Marine Corps, and they want to help other veterans from a faith perspective. So this isn't a clinical program. This is something else. That guy introduced me to Chad and his family. We got to know their family. And Mighty Oaks was getting started. Chad said, I'm trying to get this thing going. You've pastored, you've taught, you've developed curriculum, you've done all this stuff. Can you help us out? And so that was in 2012. And what I realized for the first time on that meeting and talking to those Marines was that I was not the only one. I have this picture hanging in my office, and it's of my platoon in Baghdad. And I've always looked at that with great fondness and pride that I brought those guys home. What I realized 10 years later was that I may have brought them home, but I deserted them when we got home. I heard about suicides. I heard about broken marriages. I heard about, some of the same problems that I was struggling with, and realized that putting the uniform in the closet for the last time is not the end of my responsibility to those guys. Yeah. And that was in 2012. That turned something in my heart that began really giving us the tools as we were working through this to try to help other people, giving us the tools to put language around this, to understand it, and to put those pieces in place for us to move forward as well. So the story of Mighty Oaks, and this is everyone who helps in our program, everyone who leads in our program came through as a student because we all start in the same place of brokenness and hopelessness, and understanding that God the Creator has a plan for us, that our trauma, whatever it is in our past, doesn't need to define us, that there is a path forward, and that path is aligning to the life God has called us to live. And that was so powerful in our lives and in thousands of other lives since then.